Good morning, beautiful people.
We are in Tainan, which is the old capital of Taiwan, and today we're going to be exploring what you can do in Tainan. There's two things here that it's really famous for. One, it has over 100 temples, which is insane. We're not going to go to them all, but we will definitely go to one of the highlighted ones. And it is considered the foodie capital of Taiwan. If you watch any of our other Taiwan vlogs, you're probably aware by now that we're obsessed with Taiwanese food, so we're excited to eat, and that's what we're going to start today's vlog with.
And we're riding so we can eat as much as we want.
First up, let's go get a traditional Taiwanese breakfast.
Yay! Oh, my butt is sore. Hello, a temple.
Our first stop was literally not too far from our hotel, which is great because we're really hungry. It is already like 10 o'clock. The place is called Richer Morning. There's a bunch of breakfast shops in Taiwan. They're pretty famous for it. I just find one that has over like 4+ star reviews, and this is one that came up. Has a cute little chicken logo, so let's go see what they have. So whenever you come to these kinds of local restaurants, sometimes they do have English menus, but the menus look like this. So we usually just use Google Translate to figure out what everything is, and then they usually have like either a paper or laminated menu, and you just put a tick beside the items that you want, and that's how you order.
We made it work.
We got our first item. This one is a black tea with soy milk. In Taiwan for breakfast, they usually drink just plain soy milk, and it's not the soy milk that we know. It's like homemade soy milk.
It's
very
good.
soy taste.
Yeah.
And it's not too sweet, this one. They put obviously sugar because it's Taiwan.
Wow.
Yum. Okay, that was super quick. We've been here for like 3 minutes and our food is already here. So we got the thing that I actually tried to order, which I'm so impressed at. This is an egg crepe. This is like a classic Taiwan breakfast, but something we haven't been able to try yet since we've been here. So I'm super excited to eat that. And then this is what we were recommended to order, which is like, it looks like a bacon and egg sandwich, but then they've added a crepe to the outside of it. I'm gonna go get some chopsticks because all the cutlery and stuff, they don't bring it with your food in Taiwan. They leave it to the side in like a little tray, and you can just grab like sauces and chopsticks and things like that. There's some sort of sauce in this dish that's like it's soy sauce, I guess, but I guess it's like a sweet soy sauce. Yum. Oh, yeah.
I'm not adding any sauce yet. I just want to get the real taste. It's so soft. There was no chewing. It just came right off. Everything that we've ordered, 2 dishes and 1 tea, was 125. So just under $6 Australian.
That is delicious. Literally anything inside that flaky bread would be amazing. Now we're gonna go off to our next destination. It's a little bit of a cycle, so it'll be, I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes before we get there.
So for those of you that may be new here, Jacqueline and I are currently riding the whole circumference of Taiwan, the whole country. And we've been at it for about 10 days now. This whole 10 days, I've been taking care of directions, making sure we get to where we need to be. But today, Jacqueline surprised me by taking care of directions. It's very nice to see her pointing left, pointing right. And she sort of realized how tight it is sometimes. Some small streets, you need to know which road it is. Here I can just ride and enjoy.
1 minute later.
Jinxed it. She just made a mistake direction-wise.
I directed us onto like the busiest roundabout in all of Tainan.
Oh my god.
This is very bad. We have made it. We have made it to the Temple of Confucius, and we only got lost twice getting here. Yesterday was the first time that we got directed the wrong way. And on day one of me doing directions, we went the wrong way twice. So the reason that we've chosen to come to this temple instead of the other over 100 temples that they have here in Tainan is this is the very first, the original Confucius temple built in the 1700s. We'll confirm that with the proper, the real date. But I'm pretty sure it was 1666 if I'm remembering right, which is the 1700s, right? Oh, it was so close. 1665. Dang it. Oh, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Now, since Tainan is the oldest city in Taiwan, I can very much imagine this was a very quiet, quaint little neighborhood. It's beautiful because you have a lot of green space. I can imagine them just having some philosophy moment, be like, oh, well, where is the earth round? Then why are we not falling off the sky? Blah, blah, blah. But look at this behind me. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love this architecture that they have. I don't know if it's Chinese or I'm sure it's from a specific dynasty within China. Please let me know which one it is. But the way the roof is with that thingy pointing out, the arch pointing out at the end, it's really beautiful.
Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. Famous Confucius quotes. I just googled them. This is stunning. And Max tricked me because he told me that it was really cold. He went out this morning to do our laundry and he said rug up because it's freezing. But it's a beautiful sunny day and I'm way overdressed.
It was cold this morning when I did the housewife job of making sure the laundry was done.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was working. Which, by the way, if you might not know this because we never share this, but Max and I are not... We are full-time travelers, but unfortunately YouTube is not our full-time income yet. It doesn't pay for all of our travels yet. Hopefully one day, but usually every morning before we start cycling and before we start exploring the city, I'm working away at my remote job to fund these travels. So every single view, every single like and subscribe we get really helps lead us towards our goals. So thank you so much for watching. We hope we're entertaining, but let's go check out the temple.
Hello. Hello. Who?
Yes.
Good.
2 tickets, 80.
80. Okay. I'm not sure what this section is. Everything's written in Chinese. So let's go find out. So, oh, okay, so the rest of it is the school, the academy, and this is the actual temple part of that. I love that it's like really weathered. You can tell how old it is because it's not perfect anymore. And even the little dragon dogs on the wall, they're worn down. They're not as carved out as what they used to be. They look really cool. Something is happening here. And there's these little bits of yellow paper and they're stamping them and then they're writing things on them. So I'm imagining it's like a prayer or like a wish or something. So, should we do one?
The English one.
Riding around the city has been so much fun here in Tainan. It's a very bikeable city. Actually, all of Taiwan is very bikeable. So if you get the chance to hire a bike and explore, it just makes the day so much easier, especially because the sun is quite strong today. So I imagine walking on foot would be a lot more tiring because it just takes so much longer to get everywhere. But zipping around on the bikes is so fast. We have our bikes from a company called Bike Express and we're using them to cycle around the entire island of Taiwan in the next 3 weeks. So highly recommend if you want to do a trip like that, check out Bike Express because these bikes are awesome. Welcome to Shenong Street. Tainan is filled with lots of cute little alleyways and adorable streets, and that's because Tainan is one of the oldest cities. Actually, I think it is the oldest city in Taiwan, and it also used to be the original capital, but it's kept so much of its charm, and this is one of the, I guess, like highlighted cute streets, but there are a lot of them throughout Tainan. So we're just gonna go explore. I would say this is very like an Instagrammable kind of place if you want to get some cool photos. So if you don't have bicycles, then this next stop, you're definitely gonna need to catch the bus. We can't give advice because we're not doing that, or take an Uber or something, because it was pretty far. It was about a 20-minute ride. We just purchased 2 tickets. It is 70 yuan per person to enter. And we are at the Anping treehouse, which Max has no idea what it is. And I guess neither do you, so let's go find out.
Isn't that the best feeling? Just have a tour guide just taking me around.
Kids probably don't do this anymore in Australian schools, but when you were learning to write, you used to trace the letters. So we're doing that, but we're doing it in Chinese letters, which is cool. I'm very bad at it, but it's cool. So they have this paper that you just some water on the brush, and then when the paper is wet, it turns black, which is really cool. All right, let's try this one.
Like Jacqueline said, I do not really know where we are, but there's one thing that I guess the main attraction, and I feel like it looks a lot, for those of you that have been here for quite a while, as Angkor Wat in Cambodia. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw that. It's nature has taken over back from where humans were. The wall is dilapidated, the roots are taking over, and obviously the tree is thriving.
So where we actually are is in the Anping neighborhood, and this is where the original port of Taiwan was. So this is a really old neighborhood here in Tainan because it was the first port in Taiwan, and it was the only one that operated for many, many years. And this building used to be a warehouse, actually for salt, when it was under Japanese rule. When they left, it was still a salt warehouse for Taiwan, and then they moved locations and they just abandoned this place. These trees that are taking over the walls are called banyan trees, and they actually thrive in wet, humid environments because they can suck moisture not just from their roots but from their branches, and they love growing on limestone apparently. So one of the reasons they've thrived here is because the mortar that they used for the brick is a mixture of glutinous rice and oyster shells, so they actually absorb the nutrients out of the mortar. Well, it has been 2 hours since we're at Anping treehouse, and now as you can see it's getting dark, which means we're doing our favorite thing in Taiwan!
Night market!
If you haven't watched our other videos, that probably makes no sense to you, but out of the 10 days we've been in Taiwan, I think we've been to 6 night markets. It's ridiculous. We love them. This is the only one that's open on Wednesday night in Tainan. It's called Wusheng. Wusheng night market. It's a little bit windy, but it's so organized and clean.
Spacious, more importantly.
And it smells good, except for when you get the whiffs of stinky tofu.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna do a lap. We're gonna see what's around, and then we'll make some choices.
Wow, that looks amazing.
It's just so fun. Like, there's so much food. Actually, I saw a couple of things that we still haven't tried yet that I've been seeing in every night market. So I think I'm gonna go and try things that I haven't had yet. Very exciting.
So there's so much good stuff. I don't know. What do you want?
I think I'm gonna try the grilled sausage because it's at every single night market. It's gotta be and people are always eating. I always see people eating it, so I'm gonna get a grilled sausage.
Yeah.
One.
One?
Yeah.
This is very hot.
Very hot. Okay. Taiwanese grilled sausage. Now, I'm not exactly sure what's so special about this sausage, but I did read on an article that you're supposed to try these at the night markets. I'm not sure if it's just because it's just what the locals eat, and I've seen so many people eating them, so eventually we have to try it. It didn't come with any sauce, so hopefully it tastes amazing on its own. Ah, it's very, oh, yum. It is very, very hot. It's sweet. Mmm. Oh my god. It's so sweet, like candy. It's like sweet pork. I love that.
Original strawberry, brown sugar, chocolate, milk.
Oh, okay. Original.
Original, okay.
Okay, so I didn't know what I was ordering. I thought it would be more like a ham cheese croissant because I had one delicious one in Taipei. I think it's something sweet, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just start with sweet.
It's like a cronut.
Mmm. It's like a croissant. It's exactly that. This one is baked? Oh, what's this one? Yay. Whoa. Now, let's give this bad boy. Oh. Mmm. 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 Which is delicious. So I got corn, ham, and cheese, obviously. And it's absolutely delicious. Now I don't know, let us know in the comment if this is like a Taiwanese dish, I don't know. But you never know, maybe some people make it a specialty here in Tainan.
Okay, we came back to the one with the longest line in this entire market, which is this kebab. It's like a kebab meat, but they're putting it inside a bread roll. So like we said, multicultural, so we're gonna try it and see why is there such a long line here. Okay, so we Google translated the sign on this stall and it actually said the first Middle Eastern flavor in Tainan. And this is like the cutest little shawarma baguette I've ever seen in my life. So it's not that big, you know, for reference, that's my hand. But it was only 50 yuan, which is like $2.50 Australian. So, I mean, that's what you would get, $2.50 Australian. But the first Middle Eastern flavor, they put a healthy portion of onion on there. So we're both gonna have very bad breath after this. That bite was mainly bread and mayonnaise. Let me take another one. It's really good, but it has like a slight curry flavor to it, the meat, which is very unique. Very Taiwan inspired Middle Eastern. But honestly, like, I don't really get the hype. I don't know what the line was for. It's okay. It's not the best thing ever. So we're back in line again.
We are lining up for a very popular dish in the whole of Taiwan, fried chicken.
One that we already know and love.
Yeah.
The fried chicken in Taiwan is, ooh, chef's kiss. Probably the best fried chicken I've ever had. It's just the flavor is so unique. It's so different.
Spices.
Yeah, the spices. Ah, it's so good. And the chicken's always really tender and delicious, and it's just good.
A lot of fried, so.
Is it hot?
I didn't shake it.
A lot of pepper.
Mmm.
It's not as good as the one we had in Shuli.
True. But we just got salt and pepper. We should have asked for something else, maybe.
Maybe. But it is good. And I don't know how they do that. It's like literally deep fried. It's cooked in so much oil. But it doesn't taste that oily. That's good.
Same with the sweet potato bowl. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how. It's magic. my god.
Right next to the chicken, as we're eating, there's this guy. It looks so good as well.
Very hot.
They smell amazing. So I'm pretty sure it's like pancake batter, and then they're baked in these little
Seashell.
yeah, like seashells, I don't know, like trays, and then they put the red bean paste in, then more pancake batter. They smell amazing. Yeah.
Oh, good one.
Look how cute.
They're adorable. Let's taste them. She said very hot, so I'm scared actually a little. Oh, they're hot. The inside is really hot. Now, if you've never had red bean paste before in Asia, you're probably thinking, that's not sweet, but it is. I don't know what they do. I think they just add like a ton of sugar to it. But basically, it's literally like mashed red beans, sugary inside a pancakey dough. Delicious.
Well, after a good 6 items, or probably more, we have reached a nice enough level to leave.
We're pretty full. We spent 305 yuan, which is less than 15 Australian dollars for a dinner for 2 people.
Everything.
Plus, it's so much fun walking around the night markets, and always the stall owners are the best. I know that we're filming, so sometimes they get a little bit shy, but they're usually just so friendly and kind, and they make such an effort to speak English to us. I appreciate, honestly, they're the best. They're really nice.
But yeah, that's our time done in Tainan.
Tainan.
We are done with Tainan tomorrow, but we're not starting with a bike, if you know what I mean. We are traveling in different ways.
So hard against the wind. Look at this. It is killing me. Tomorrow we're going to make our way further south down to the Kenting National Park. If you've been following along, you know that we are cycling all the way around the entire island of Taiwan. But tomorrow we're going to be taking our bikes on the train so that we can skip a big section. So if you're curious how to take your bike on a train in Taiwan, definitely check that one out, or just watch it anyway because we're fun.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll
Bye.
see you tomorrow.
Because we're fun.